teacher Daini. How is everyone doing today? Feeling excited? I hope you're all ready to learn something fun, huh? So before we begin, let's quickly check the attendance. I'll call your names and please respond with present if you're here, okay? Brandal? Perez? Great, looks like we're all here and ready to get started. Now, let's make sure the classroom is tidy and everyone can see the board clearly. Can I have two volunteers to help arrange the chairs, please? Everyone else, get your notebooks and pens out because you'll want to take notes today. Before that, let's first pray. Amen. Here's a quick question. Have any of you ever tried to measure something like the distance across a field or the height of a tall tree? How do you think math can help with that? Yes, Robert? Good answer! Today we're going to learn about a powerful tool that helps with exactly that, which is the Pythagorean Theorem. By the end of the lesson, you'll understand how it works and where you can use it. Who can remind me what a right triangle is? Raise your hand if you know. Yes, Perez? Exactly. It's a triangle with one angle that measures exactly 90 degrees. Now, who knows what we call the longest side of this triangle? Right, it's called the hypotenuse. And what about the other two sides? What do we call those? Yes, correct. They are the legs of the triangle. Now, what if I told you that there's a special relationship between these three sides of a right triangle? Does anyone know what this relationship is called? Yes, Hannah? That's correct. It's the Pythagorean Theorem. And it tells us that if we square the two legs of the triangle and add them up, we'll get the square of the hypotenuse. In math terms, we write it like this: a squared plus b squared equals c squared. To help you see how useful this theorem can be, let's watch a short video showing some real-life applications. You might be surprised where the Pythagorean theorem comes in handy.
The Pythagorean Theorem. The Pythagorean Theorem is a statement in geometry that shows the relationship between the lengths of the sides of a right triangle of a triangle with one 90-degree angle. The right triangle equation is a square plus b square equals c square. Being able to find the length of a side, given the lengths of the two other sides, makes the Pythagorean theorem a useful technique for construction and navigation. Architecture and construction. The Pythagorean theorem allows you to calculate the length of the diagonal connecting the two parallel lines. This application is frequently used in architecture, woodworking, or other physical construction projects. For instance, say you are building a sloped roof. If you know the height of the roof and the length for it to cover, you can use the Pythagorean theorem to find the diagonal length of the roof slope. You can use this information to cut properly sized beams to support the roof, or calculate the area of the roof that you would need to shingle.
Now, let's prove the Pythagorean theorem with a simple example. Imagine we have a right triangle with legs of 3 centimeters and 4 centimeters. How do we find the hypotenuse? Step 1. Who can tell me the lengths of the legs again? Yes? Great! 3 centimeters and 4 centimeters. Step 2. What's the formula we'll use? Exactly! a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Step 3. Let's substitute the values. What's 3 squared and 4 squared? Correct! 9 and 16. Step 4. Now, what do we get when we add those up? Yes, Hannah? Yes, we get 25. Step 5. Finally, how do we find the c or the hypotenuse? Yes, let's take out the square root of 25, which results to 5 centimeters. So the hypotenuse of this triangle is 5 centimeters. Easy, right? Now, let's make things a bit more interactive with an activity called Shape Master. You'll pair up with your seatmate. One person will draw a right triangle on their partner's back using their finger, and the other person will identify the triangle's sides and calculate the missing side using the Pythagorean Theorem. The first team with the correct answer and the neatest solution wins. Who's ready to try? Yes? Okay, so let's see how many of you can find the hypotenuse quickly. Anyone having trouble with the calculation? Just raise your hand and I'll come help. Okay? Now that you've had some fun with the activity, let's quickly review what we've covered today. Who can tell me in their own words what the Pythagorean Theorem is? Yes? Yes, George? Great answer. And why do you think this theorem is useful in real life? Can anyone share an example of where we might use it? Yes? Thank you, Sean. Excellent. You've all done a fantastic job today. Remember, whenever you see a right triangle, you can use a squared plus b squared equals c squared to find the missing side. Keep practicing and I'm sure you'll master it. Thank you, class. Have a great day and I'll see you next time.